Alright, so today we're going to be doing vector scalar multiplication and matrix transformations. So for the first question, compute this. First you take 5 times 7, which is 35, and 5 times 3, which equals 15. So this equals 15, or 35 and 15. All right, next, compute 5 times this matrix. First you have 5 times the first column, which gives 5, 5, and 15. Then 5 times the second column, which gives 5, 35, and 5x. And 5 times the last column, which gives 15, 40, and 0. For the next matrix, take this, multiply it to this. So first, you're going to want to take this first column, 1 times y, 3 times y, plus 5 times x, or 7 times x, and 5 times x, which equals y plus 7x and 3y plus 5x. Next, we're going to worry about this last column. So 1 and 3 times x plus 7 and 5 times y. So x plus 7y and 3x plus 5y. So the final matrix will be y plus 7x, 3y plus 5x, x plus 7y, 3x plus 5y. For our next question, assume you have the matrix 1, 3, 0, 0 times 0, 0, 2, 4. First, take 1 times 0, 3 times 0, and add that to 0 times 2 and 0 times 2. It equals 0, 0. Next, take 1, 3 times 0 plus 0, 0 times 4 equals 0, 0. So the final matrix will be all zeros. All right, for our next question, assume you have matrix A, and the determinant of matrix A is equal to 15. What is x equal to? Well, if you remember from our previous video, you can get the determinant of a matrix by multiplying this and this. So x times 0 minus 3 times 5. Now obviously, x times 0 will always equal 0, and minus 15 equals negative 15. So there's no solutions. All right, for our next question, find the value of x. Now once again, to get the determinant, we need to do x times 10 minus x times 4. Well, as we can see, x is equal, or this is equal to 24. So we need to solve for x. First, here, let me rewrite this. 10x minus 4x is going to equal 6x equals 24. Divide both sides by 6. X equals 4. And you can plug this in and check. 4 times 10 is 40, minus 4 times 4, which is 16, equals 24. So x is equal to 4. Okay, for our next question, we have matrix A and matrix B. If the determinant of matrix A times B equals 60, what is x? The first thing we need to do is compute the matrix transformation. So starting here, we have 1 times 1 and 3 times 1 plus negative 1 times 2 and 0 times 2, which equals negative 1 and 3. All right. Then we have 1 and 3 times x plus negative 1 times 0 and 0 times 0, which equals x and 3x. All right, now that we have the transformed matrix, let's solve for the determinant and then solve for x. So negative 1 times 3x minus 3 times x is going to be negative 3x minus 3x, which equals negative 6x. So we know that negative 6x equals 60. Let's divide both by 6. We get negative x equals 10. So we times both sides by negative 1. X equals negative 10. Now, to test our answer, let's plug in negative 10 for x. All right, now that we have recomputed the matrix transformation, we can test to see if this matrix gives us the proper determinant. Negative 1 times negative 30 equals 30 minus negative 10 times 3, which is negative 30. Since there's two negatives, this is the same as 30 plus 30, which equals 60. So x equals negative 10.